Okay, thank you guys for coming. Before we can start, we need to swear in our two councilors who have not yet been sworn in. And we're going to do that with Jesse right now. Yeah, so if you'll just, who wants to go first? It's not on the agenda. It's just, the meeting hasn't started yet.
Officially be here.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I have to consider the guest chair.
I need to read this out.
I know your heart.
I, Al Karachuk, do solemnly and sincerely promise and affirm that I will duly, faithfully, and to the best of skill and knowledge, execute the powers and trust reposed in me as councillor of the town of Fort Smith. Did you say that part?
You want to swear or affirm?
I'm affirming.
Okay, affirm before me in town of Fort Smith, Northwest Territories. Just doing the
Oh, great.
November 13th, 2024.
Oh, I wore my costume and everything. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, could you guys shake hands, please?
All right.
Make it official. Okay, thanks. Thank you.
That's out there.
No problem.
Before everybody leaves today, I'd like to film the picture.
I, Leonard Tucky, do solemnly and sincerely promise and swear, affirm, that I will duly, faithfully, and to the best of skill and knowledge execute the powers and trust reposed in me as councillor of the town of Fort Smith.
Are you swearing or affirming too?
Affirm.
Affirm for me on November 13th, 2024.
You start.
Signature here.
You made it. Somebody put super glue in these.
First test.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Thank you. And that's all we need from you.
Awesome.
That's it. You're
Okay.
You're free to go.
Thanks for having me. Good luck, guys. Excited.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Take care.
Then I do call the special meeting to order at 12:05 p.m. And I can confirm that we have quorum. And I'll read the acknowledge it. The mayor and council wish to acknowledge the town of Fort Smith is located within Treaty 8 territory. Treaty 8 territory also encompasses the traditional homelands of Salt River First Nation, Smith Landing First Nation, and the Indigenous Métis people of Fort Smith. These nations have maintained stewardship of the sacred lands throughout generations, and we honor your knowledge, teachings, traditions, and the land. We're mindful that colonization has not been kind, and we respectfully recognize our generational histories and commit to strive for unity in the spirit of truth and reconciliation. Someone adopt the agenda.
Will the agenda be adopted as presented?
Any additions or adjustments? Okay. All in favor? Okay, so carried. So moving on, it's the nominations for the appointment of deputy mayor, and I had made a suggestion that Mike Keyser, Councilor Keyser, be deputy mayor for this next year. Usually deputy mayor our year term, and then we reassess it in a year. He was the most voted councillor during the election, so he has the popular vote amongst our community, and I think he would represent the town of Fort Smith well, and that would be my recommendation. Does anyone?
Second.
Okay. Is there anyone else who has interest? No interest. So then my recommendation for Councillor Keyser to be deputy mayor for the next year. And you'll second it now? Yeah. Okay, all in favor? Okay, so
Why should I vote on that?
I don't know.
Do you abstain when you're the nominee?
Do you accept?
Yeah,
Do I accept this?
yeah. All right, so now moving on, we have to give our signing authorities for the bank. So that is myself and two other counselors that will be available at most times, and it's also to our SAO and our Director of Community Services. So there's two signatures on every check. It goes through that. Someone from council looks at them and someone from the administration looks at them. So is anyone interested to be signing authority for the town of Fort Smith?
Just a question. I believe Councillor Tucky was the signing authority before.
You are still as is right now.
So I would recommend we take him as third signature.
Do you accept that?
Sure.
Does anyone else?
Slash it's deputy mayor is automatically the second.
Is he there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
I move that the signing authorities for the town of Fort Smith shall be Mayor Dana Ferguson, Deputy Mayor Michael Kaiser, and Councillor Len Tucky on behalf of council, and that the signing authorities for the town of Fort Smith shall be Tracy Thomas, Senior Administrative Officer, Emily Colucci, Director of Community Services, and that all documents must be signed by two officers, one from council and one from administration.
Seconder?
Sure.
Okay. All in questions? No, all in favor? It is carried. So moving on, we have all of our appointments for that we're involved with. So I'm going to just ask if anyone who is interested in being, we have to have clarification because right now isn't that a voted position for the NWTAC?
Okay, so right now, until February, we're looking for somebody to fulfill the rest of the term. Councillor Campbell was previously. And so in February is the AGM for the NWTAC where they will elect new ones. So
Okay.
we're allowed to appoint somebody into that position until the AGM in February.
Okay. So is anyone interested in this position with the NWTAC until February?
I just have a question. Maybe I missed the briefing note, but we have a description of what these tasks are or what's associated with these different positions.
I can just go over them right now
That'd be
and let you know.
Yeah.
So so what you do when you're a member for the NWTAC, you're our connection to that organization. So you would go to meetings with them. NWTAC is the Northwest Territories Association of Communities. So they represent all the communities in the North. So you would be our representative for our area within that group. And so they do meet and they do go, like, I know that Councillor Campbell went to Ottawa and met the NWT person who's I forget his name. You meet with folks to advocate on our behalf on needs and wants of the community. There's a briefing note for the project steering committee. I don't know if you need that explained.
I saw that.
Okay. So then for the chairs for protective community, municipal, and corporate, those are our meetings that we have on the Tuesdays. It's just someone to chair those meetings. And so you're just keep the in order, make sure we keep on task, make the meetings go along, make sure we follow the Roberts rules and that sort of thing. So those are just chairing those meetings. The appointment for the committees for bylaw, those are a volunteer commitment. So those aren't paid. They're just there. We show up so that we can review the bylaws that we're looking at in whatever ones we are. We have so many to review. Human Resource Committee looks at human resources issues or recommendations, policy, anything that's going on human resources related that needs to come through to see the counselor or council. Communications is that, putting out the newsletter, getting the information that we want to send out to the community. How are we doing with communication? Or how are we doing with that? Getting it out to what we're doing here, out to the community members. So, yeah, right. Okay. the post-secondary education committee was ad hoc. I don't know how active it is still. But it was more to advocate of why why is Aurora College so important here? Why do we need to have it here? What are we advocating for? How our community really needs that college to maintain. It's a huge economic driver, on and on. So specifically from a Fort Smith, why we need that to stay and why put the pressure on to say to them. The Northern Life Museum and Culture Center is, I don't know who we had on that before here. Diana, yeah, and so she would just get back to us about what they have going on and if there's collaboration opportunities and that sort of thing. NTPC intervention is the big one because they keep putting in rate applications, increased rate applications. We keep being interveners for that process. We keep trying to make sure that they keep fees affordable, and we're not trying to get and talk about our grid infrastructure here and look what they're doing for us. What are we paying for the services that they're providing? So that's what that committee does.
All of those committees meet?
No, they meet once a month.
Okay, so
Yeah,
that's the work.
usually over a lunch hour, and it's those committees are usually over a lunch hour. And if we need to meet, say there's something we're trying to get passed, like a bylaw, so maybe we'll meet a couple lunch hours to try and make sure that we can get all the information required so that we can give it back to us so that we can make a decision on it or a recommendation on it. And then these advisory boards are once a month. And those are to connect with those are community boards, so they're filled with people of the community giving the insight and knowledge for that specific idea. So we take what they say and bring it back to council to make recommendations based on what their knowledge is, right? So. And they meet once a month as well. And that's a volunteer as well. Did I hit everything on those, Mike, or Councilor Covet?
Just a couple of them that we do have multiple councillors sit on the boards. Just want to quickly run through the list here. The post-secondary education committee had 3 members previously sitting on it. Northern Life just had a single member. The NWT Intervention Committee was also 3 members. The ones for the advisory boards were a single council representative.
I believe the bylaw, we had 3 as well.
We had 3 as well.
HR committee is 3.
Yeah.
And communications.
Was it? We never met.
I think it was 2 members plus the mayor sits on all of them as the.
There's a few committees.
So maybe I'll just go down the list as we have it on our backer. And if you're interested, let us know.
What exactly does corporate services do?
SAO, do you want to?
Corporate services are financial division.
Oh, okay.
That's who, all my team that's upstairs that's corporate services.
Okay. So I'll just start at the top and we'll work our way through. Okay. Is there anything, should I just ask, is there any one of these that anyone is interested in doing?
Or you started the first one, I'm interested in association communities.
The NW, okay. Anyone else?
There's only one we need on that one.
It's only one and it's just till
NWL
February. And then during that NWTAC, then a new person will be voted. Okay. All right.
It's yours.
I think it's mine,
Well,
okay?
I think we'll need someone to move and we'll still need the process.
I'll second that. Mike was
Okay.
easier.
Moved, second, all in favor? Okay, so carried. So then the next one is the organizational steering committee. I need 2 people. Karasuk? Karasuk? Am I saying?
Karashuk.
Karasuk? Okay. And
Oh, no, go ahead.
Who would like it?
For it.
yeah,
To be honest, I would prefer a history and a new,
Yeah,
if you don't mind,
no,
because Mike,
that makes sense.
Mike has been a part of the review of the development, the review of the RFP and the actual going through picking the organization that was successful.
Yeah.
I did mean to preface that, my apologies.
All right, so then that would be then Counselor Trevette and Counselor Kershak. Can I have a mover and a seconder?
I'll move that.
And a second?
I'll say,
All in favor? Okay. The next would be then Protective Services, the chair for Protective Service, so you're leading the meeting.
I would be interested.
Protective Services. Okay. Counselor Trevette?
Yeah, I'm just wondering, just before Councillor Cox jumps into that, as chair of the committee, your voice is somewhat limited as chair of the committee. It may limit your opportunity to discuss matters related to the issue being discussed.
Mhm.
Just so that you're aware of that, that's a fair argument, yeah.
I think we get a vote as well.
Not during that.
Yeah, so, yeah, if somebody else wants to do it,
Counselor Trevette,
sure.
you want to chair? Anyone else?
It's an easy.
Okay.
Oh, and Carl.
So can I have a mover and a seconder? Okay, mover and then second by? Okay, all in favor? Okay, thank you. So the next would be for the chair for Community Service Standing Committee.
I'd like to take that one.
Yeah, okay. Perfect. Mover and a seconder? You move, okay. Carl and a seconder? All right, all in favor? Perfect, thank
Is that
you.
Patricia? Oh, you took that.
Patricia?
Patricia, okay, sorry.
The next to be the chair for the Municipal Services? Municipals like rec center, and the pool, and the library.
What is that?
It's the fun stuff. Don't check. Okay. Thank you, Councillor Benwell.
I'll move.
And you're gonna move it?
Yeah, I'll
I'll
move
move
it.
it, and then a seconder.
I'll second it here.
Okay. Tucky, Councillor Tucky. Okay, all in favor? Perfect. Thank you. The next is to chair corporate services.
I'll take that one.
You want that one? And so mover. And second, okay, perfect. All in favor? All right. The next is, so a bylaw, so we want 3.
2 plus mayor.
2 plus mayor, okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
so
So
we
2 folks that are interested in bylaw review. Okay,
That one I'd be interested in as well.
more the merrier, honestly. Like, cause not everyone shows up. Like, what, things happen where people,
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind if there's more than 3.
but she's right.
So
At least 2 plus mayor, how's that?
you want to be involved in that as well? Yeah, so Benwell, Faith, Cox, and Crevette.
I thought she said mayor too.
It's a, so my,
You're going more. Okay, that's fine.
so my experience is sometimes with these committees, we have people who sign up that maybe things come up that make it you unavailable. So if you have more, great. If everyone shows up, even better. If if not everyone can come, at least we have maybe the minimum amount that we want. So that was Councillor Benwell, Bathe, Cox, and Crevette. Is that correct? No, was that correct? Did you sign up for that, Mike?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right, moved by. Okay. Second, okay. Perfect, all in favor? Right on, thank you guys. Everyone seems interested in bylaw. Woo, we're gonna have so many bylaws this year, woo. So the next thing is council, so 2 folks for the Human Resource Committee.
Okay.
Tucky. This one also just, only usually meets if there's something we need to address or deal with or go for. So it's not one that meets more, bylaw meets more regularly. This one wouldn't meet as often.
So, did you want to go on this one? Because I'll
Yeah,
withdraw my hand.
I-
I'll withdraw my hand.
Well, send it to me with HR.
Okay.
If you need
You have experience.
Yeah.
more names, I'd be interested.
Okay.
But only if like above and beyond.
Let me just, is it breaking any bylaws rules of having more people on that?
Not that I'm aware of, not that I'm aware of.
I
So then
think so, no.
more the merrier?
Considering in
Okay.
the past, we've had people not show up. and
Sure.
Limited to just 2 of us interviewing. then
Yeah. So, and if Keiser, if you want to, then you could be part of that.
Federal HR officer for years.
So maybe that would be, okay.
Very useful skill set.
Yeah, so that's awesome. That's really awesome. So we have Counselor Tucky, Kershak, Baith, and Keiser for the human resources. Okay, move by. And second, Benwell. Counselor Fox. Perfect. All in favor? It has been carried then. So the next is the council rep for communications committee. Thank you. Dr. Keaton. Anyone else? Okay, Kershaw. Perfect. Move by. Second.
I'll second.
Okay, Tucky. All in favor? Perfect. It's carried. So next is our post-secondary education committee. Yes?
Yes.
B, okay. And Tucky and Corbett. All right. I have a mover. Okay. And a second. Thank you. All in favor? Okay, carried. The next will be council rep for the Northern Light Museum. Basically, this position means you go and attend their meetings, see what's going on, and then you report back to council on their ongoings if there's something to report on. Yeah. Okay. Benno, Council Benno.
I'll take a stab at it too.
It only needs one, but if you can, yeah, that one. It's more of an informative kind of let us know, make sure we keep in touch and being
You
connected.
probably only need one.
Yeah, to report on, yeah. Okay, move by. Kerchuk, second. Keaton, all in favor? Okay, perfect. Thank you. Carried. So, council rep for NTPC intervention. Cox and Courvette. We could have more. So we do actually have hired a intervener who does this on our behalf.
Yeah.
So that it's a good. I was part of that committee, knew nothing about NTPC. Now I know way too. I'm like, well, wow, so much to know. That's great. So Councillor Courvette, Cox, Beef. Okay, is that mover? And a seconder.
I'll second.
Tucky. Perfect. All in favor? Perfect. Thank you. So this is a council representative for the economic development, like EDAB, Economic Development Advisory Board. Benwell? Okay. A mover? And second, Corbett. All in favor? Perfect. Thank you. The second will be for the council rep for the Sustainable Development Advisory Board. Oh, okay.
Bait.
Babe,
Yeah. Yeah.
you'll do that?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You've been on it for how many years now?
Oh wow.
It's 25 years on EDAP. So.
So that was moved by Corvette, seconded by. Perfect. All in favor? Perfect. Thank you. So, community rep for CSAB, Community Services Advisory Board.
Is it appropriate if I'm the chair and also on that?
Yeah,
I'd like some continuity.
I don't know.
I don't see any issue with that.
If you
Perfect.
guys are okay with it, like, I'd like to keep it kind of streamlined, so I'm not as skilled as some of you, so I'm gonna keep it tight vision.
No, that works out perfect because you'd have all the knowledge that to share with us.
I'd like to do it if it's okay with you guys and there's no rules around it.
Perfect. Can I have a mover?
Sure.
And a seconder? Okay, all in favor? Thank you.
Thank you.
Council rep for the Development Appeal Board. So we just need one person for that?
How many members do we have on the board? I think, yeah, we just have a council rep because the rest are appointed for members of the public, and it
Okay.
is also an ad hoc. It's only when someone's actually
Yeah.
submitting an appeal.
So
not a
when
regular.
when an appeal is in place.
I was on that one as a citizen, so.
Yeah.
I don't mind staying on.
Okay, are you on it currently as a citizen right
Yeah.
now? So do we need another person then? Do we
No,
have?
no, we
You
need
would
to
have
appoint,
to.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, y'all need another one.
okay.
Okay, dude.
Sorry. So you're gonna stay on as a citizen and you want to take it on as a counselor?
I'm assuming I can't say it.
No,
no. So I think what we'll do is, Counselor Cox will take the position and then we'll put it out to public for another,
Okay.
position from the public.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I have a mover, please? And a seconder? Yvette,
Just, we're gonna do that for the SDAP as well, I think, okay?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
will we then have to do that then for,
She said no.
because she's the chair? She was appointed from the
No,
community.
he was a citizen on,
I'm already
SDAP.
Is that
Oh,
I'm sorry, we're gonna.
Okay, sure, okay, no problem. So, all in favor for the Development Advisory Appeal Board? Okay, it is carried. So, one person for the Board of Revisions.
Again, another ad hoc,
Ad hoc, yeah.
as required.
Sorry, what was the board of revisions again?
They do the-
When the tax assessments, when they come out, and someone wants to disagree or present, information that would suggest that maybe they were not assessed correctly.
Okay. Faith, then, mover, Heather, second by Gruvet. All in favor? Thank you guys for stepping up to do all that. All right. So for our, moving on the agenda, we have to determine our meeting times. What the meeting times have been are all the first Tuesday, second Tuesday, and then our regular meeting of council on the third Tuesday of every month. But for the committee meetings that they come in and they give us for protective, corporate, community, and municipal, we can have those meetings anytime. We've just been doing them on the Tuesdays in the evenings. My preference is to do them earlier because sometimes they go kind of late and now I kind of start burning out of brain power after say like 8 or 9 o'clock at night. But I'm just going to open it up to ask what you guys want. Want to keep it the same all the Tuesdays? We can change them to lunch hours. We can do anything here. Councilor Crevet.
I know in the past they have, some of them have been fairly lengthy. And I think, and it's something I was going to bring up at the regular council meeting, is if we abide by the town's council procedures and just the chairs will be required to enforce them, is it's a maximum of 75 minutes for committee meetings. Basically, an hour and 15 minutes, you wrap it up. And if the business doesn't get dealt with that particular meeting, if it's an urgent item, then a special meeting can be called. Otherwise, it just rolls over to the next. Of that committee. I think just following our set council procedures could actually put much better control on the participation or the length of these meetings. And looking around, I know quite a few of the people here do have daytime commitments, so I think moving them to a much earlier time may not serve our responsibilities to serve the public. Like, if we want to go at 5:30 or something like that, then fine, but I know many councils go back in the 90s when I sat on council, we actually did the committee meetings at 4:30. I think that was just too early because people have to make arrangements with their employers to leave work early to be able to participate, whereas I think 5:30 would be a little more appropriate. And then as well, I think there's also the aspect is people do watch some of our committee meetings on YouTube, and if they're happening too early in the day, then we're denying them that ability to.
It is recorded.
Yeah.
And available anytime.
Not just.
Thank you. Thank you. I thank you, Mike, for saying that. I'm one of the few that are employed by someone else and not retired. So my time constraints are a lot different. So I want to honor my contract with my employer and do my best job there without detaching too much time away from it, so. If it can stay outside of the 9 to 5 and even the lunch hour, right? Like Uncle Gabe's Friendship Center, we're running a lunch program there. We're short on volunteers every day. So I'm not there right now. But this is important. So that's just please if we can. Okay, thank you. Anyone else? Yeah.
I sit on the DEA board and we start our meetings at 5:15. And it works out really well.
But
So if you're going for that hour and 15 minutes, then that would work great.
Let me just ask Paul, so it's an hour and 15 per meeting, so it depends on how many committee meetings you're having in an evening, because that could actually keep, right?
Well, we have,
If we're gonna stick with the 2, then that's 2.5 hours.
It's not going to be.
Is there anything in particular that says that we have to have back-to-back committee meetings?
no, it doesn't.
so are you guys suggesting then that we have, like, that we're having an hour meeting during the week, or we're putting them on? How do you want that to look like? So if you're suggesting earlier, I'm fine, like, I like an earlier time to meet, so like a 5:15 or 5:30, that's pretty nice. So then are we having one meeting or 2? Are we having a meeting then on Tuesday and then Wednesday of every month so that we can have 4 committee meetings before our regular meeting? Because our regular meeting is, the 3rd meeting has to be at 7 p.m. on the Tuesday of that month. So we can't change that one. We can only talk about the 4 committee meetings that we have prior to that.
With the possibility of our first 2 meetings, they be protective services, community services, and then maybe combining the last meeting and our regular meeting. Because our regular meeting actually go pretty quick.
So you're saying we start at 6 for the committee meeting for protective municipal, and then 7 rolled into the meeting?
So what I'm saying is, we have 3 Tuesdays a month. First 2 Tuesdays, we take just one of our service meetings. On the 3rd meeting, which is our regular council meeting, which usually goes pretty fast, we do the 3rd. Let's just say, just for what I'm trying to say, first Tuesday would be protective services, 2nd Tuesday would be community services. The 3rd Tuesday would be a combination of regular council meeting with municipal services. That's what I'm trying to say. No. You'd have your corporate on the first Tuesday, community services on your 2nd Tuesday, combine municipal services. Oh, wait. Oh, we have, no, I don't work either.
What's the problem been with like having the double? The 2 just running over time?
We do that, we can just do that and then just start a little earlier.
Early. Well, maybe 6 o'clock would be a good time to start.
Be nice to eat and let my dog out.
So, yeah,
That's usually an issue.
huh? 6 o'clock's usually an issue.
No, I just get the time after work to get home and deal with dogs or kids or.
Same, dogs here.
So we could leave it as the same as it's been. So the two, like with the protective and corporate on the first Tuesday and community and municipal on the second Tuesday, we're just going to start an hour earlier. So that hopefully we don't go into the next longer. Those, yeah, for sure. And then our third Tuesday will just remain the same, 7 p.m. for our regular.
To be clear, but we're still at all those meetings, like you're the chair, but we're still all present.
Correct. We all were there.
Okay, that's
Correct.
clear, we don't get to, those are not.
Oh no, you better
names
be
off
there.
for us.
You better be there.
I'm looking at the calendar, okay, that's good, I just need to know.
Okay, so nothing will change other than we're gonna start an hour earlier.
That doesn't mock it in.
We can change it anytime we want. If it's not working for us, we can change it. But for now, we need to get something going so we can start posting these meetings so that we can plan out.
So this is Tuesday nights then?
This won't start till December. So we'll have our meeting on the 19th at 7 p.m. And then our meetings will follow in the December for the first, second, and third Tuesday.
So December 3rd, December 10th, and December 17th.
Correct.
And we will set out, we'll set this out. Well, we'll have these minutes for at the next council meeting, so they'll all be in writing.
You may have Santa Claus show up with two of those. Like ACFN and.
Leave your bell at home.
Okay.
I've heard that one many times.
All right. Can I have someone move, make a recommendation, and second that? Or make a recommendation so that we can have a mover and a seconder, sorry. Councilor Crevet.
Okay, thank you, Madam Mayor. I move that the structure for council and committee meetings be as follows. Protective Services Standing Committee and Corporate Services Standing Committee be on the first Tuesday of each month, starting at 6 p.m. Community Services Standing Committee, Municipal Services Standing Committee on the second Tuesday of each month, starting at 6 p.m.
Seconder,
I'll second.
Tucky, okay. Any questions? Okay, all in favor? It is so. Thank you. Council technological requirements to be determined. So is this a question that you have for them, or is this already?
It is, and I mean, in the past, we have gone through ridiculous amounts of paper by having paper copies of every package that comes out. Not only this, council packages are quite substantial, as are actually each of the committees when they have the reports, and they're quite substantial. So what we would like to do, obviously, is get away from it. I would like to propose that we have our backers and our agendas on paper, because it makes for easy reference, but the actual packages remain on electronic format. To facilitate that, what I'm asking council is this: do you want a tablet? Would you like a laptop? Is there something else that you prefer? But I'd like it to be the same so that we can order them all in mass and have them all set up. So if you prefer to continue to use your own laptops, absolutely, if that's what you're most comfortable with and don't want that second piece of technology to cart around. But I'm just looking for recommendations and preferences.
Is this something they'll each get back to you with, or do you have to make some sort of decision?
Well, I'd like you to make a sort of thing. Do we want tablets or laptops? Would be the decision tonight. And then
Councillor Bates.
Could I suggest that there's like e-ink tablets, so that you can write on them, and so it feels like writing on paper.
like a books, BOX.
Or Remarkable is another one. I've seen. I'm open to suggestions.
Is everybody comfortable? I actually just ordered one to try it out because I was at a meeting where everybody had one, and it was incredible because you can access your EPUB, you can access PDFs, but you can't write on them and take notes on them.
Councillor Karasek, did you have a?
No, I was going to say I'm happy using my own thing, but if we're going to move to like a Remarkable, or what was the other one?
Books, BOX.
Yeah, that be interested in that as well.
Okay. You want me just to go around the room?
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, something's on the table. Does anybody else have any other suggestions?
I'm pretty competent on a laptop, and it sounds like newfangled technology. But can you load stuff on it? Can you save stuff on it? What's the storage like? What's the security like on it? You
I will
have to
send out a
upload it to
yeah.
something?
Pardon?
Like it's its own unit?
It is its own unit.
Okay, can you put USB sticks?
It is, and it's compatible with Microsoft products. You can upload it into, it also converts handwriting to text.
I don't know anything about it.
As our youngest council.
I know.
Yeah, exactly.
The discussion on the table right now is the ebook sort of format, or rather the notebook sort of format, the notebook format. Any other suggestions? Tablets, laptops?
Would everyone like then one of these kind of books?
A laptop, and if we have something to sign, and sign it on a paper. I don't know those tablets either. I've never used a tablet.
Does it have to be uniform?
No, I'm sure we can do it 6. The other, it's the 1.5 dozen of the other.
Okay.
Sweet.
Do you want to continue? Do you want to maintain your own technology?
Well, I was trying to go paperless because I thought we should, so,
Yeah.
but if we're doing something as a team, then we'll do it as a team.
Okay.
I'll go wherever the team goes.
Okay.
I just happen to own a tablet, so I was trying to.
No, I think having used the tablet for the last 2 years, I think I'd like to try the ebook myself.
Okay.
Because I think there's more advantage for people to. Tablet.
Okay.
I haven't used them, but yeah, whichever. I just have to use my own laptop or these digital ones.
I used a tablet while I had one, and
Okay.
probably could be trained easily enough.
I think we can do a training session. I think we absolutely can do a training session. So is everybody, you want a laptop?
No, if we're going with the tablets, I can learn, I can be taught.
We can work together. We got this.
So do you need to move that we're gonna get, is it?
Yeah, it's a
What-
significant expenditure, so yeah.
I was gonna say, is it a fair question to ask what this is gonna cost?
I'm gonna try to negotiate a deal. Right now, it's about 800 per unit, but I'll call out to them and see if we can't get a classroom discount sort of thing.
Councilor Grbett?
I'll move that administration be instructed to provide options on electronic devices for council use during meetings.
Seconder?
I'll second that, but I don't think she understands what
Can I
you're
have some
saying.
clarification? Are we going with the books, or did you want,
Yeah. With a tablet.
so you make a motion that administration looks at purchasing the books technology or a tablet technology for council with the best price possible?
And you agree with that?
I agree with that.
Okay. So moved second. Any other questions?
I'd like to see a cap put on that. That's
Okay.
you say the best price possible. What if it comes in at 1,500 each, like, like put a cap on.
Oh, if it was expensive, I would definitely bring it back and say, council, I couldn't negotiate a good price, and they've actually raised the prices. I would definitely bring it back.
Any other discussion?
Sounds good.
Okay.
I'm on board with all of that.
Councilor Heaton?
Yeah, I would.
You want to allow?
If it gets broke, are we out of our own pocket?
No, you return it. It would probably, there should be some sort of warranty or some sort of packaging with it. If it's been damp, like it's, in a car accident, it's been dropped in a lake, those kinds of things.
Please don't take a fish.
Yeah, and then at the end, you return it. So when at the end of this 3 years, then you return it and you won't be held liable for the cost of it.
And I don't know if this is the time thing, but I wouldn't mind that we build in some sort of buyout clause at the end of the term, to be honest. Residual value, and I was kind of looking at that for the tablets, but we just didn't get a chance to, but we've had it for 3 years. The technology will be obsolete or close to that by the end of the 3 years, so I think we could look at a buyout option built into that.
Councilor Kershaw?
I'm just curious, I think Councillor Eaton talked about it a little bit, but where is the information stored? Is it stored on the device or is it stored in the cloud? Of course, doing stuff and adding notes to PDFs or whatever, where are those documents actually stored?
You upload them. You upload them to the program of your choice, right? So we'll set up with Microsoft 365 and we would have it so you could upload it to a OneNote app. There's various options for where you can upload it to. OneDrive, Google OneDrive is another option with that.
Councillor Couvet?
Yeah, I was going to suggest an amendment to the motion to address the cap at $6,500, which would be about $800 per unit for eight.
Give or take though, right, just in case, yeah.
Yeah, you can go 7,500 then.
So you're adjusting it to be a cap of $7,500 total?
Yeah, to add that to the motion.
Do you agree with that amendment? You're the second. Do you agree?
Sure.
Did you say yes? I didn't hear you.
I thought you said yes, but I was looking no.
Oh, okay, I'm like, you had a real no
Yes,
look
I
on
know.
your
I
face.
just wanted to get you.
Okay, thank you. All right, so any other discussion, questions? Okay, all in favor? Okay, so carried.
This next section, we do have a little bit of changes that I'd like to address when you.
Okay, so the next one here is the new dates, key dates for discussion. There's a change.
There are some changes, yes.
Okay, what are those?
So the training is still this Friday, Saturday. So the new council training with NACA is still all day Friday and all day Saturday upcoming. The legal responsibilities training, I had originally picked that date because the lawyer who does that was actually supposed to be in Hay River on the Saturday. And so I was going to cost share on the travel costs with Hay River. He canceled that. So we have the option. He can do a pared down version via Teams. It's about an hour and 45 minutes. And he can sort of do that anytime. So what I would like to suggest is maybe in December, we have a dinner meeting. Then maybe we bring in pizza and salad and we have the legal responsibilities before we go into our council meeting at 7. That might be an option we could look at for the December meeting or even in January. But this is just talking about the legal roles and responsibilities of council and liabilities. So it is an important one. Like I said, I was just going to piggyback on the opportunity to have them come in person. But that's no longer an option. I don't feel like we want to fly them up just for that. So I'd like to propose that we set another time for that and council can determine that. I would suggest again, just earlier before the night of the meeting.
Okay, so that's something you'll let us know about.
Well,
availability?
you tell me and he'll pretty much make himself, except for his Christmas parties. He said he was working around Christmas party dates.
Councillor Kershaw?
I'm going to be teaming in for a lot of the December meetings because of pre-booked travel. So I would prefer January, but I can do a team on the December.
Oh, it's gonna be Teams anyways, like, it's gonna be Teams. He will be remote. It's whether we're all together in the room or you're remoting in, it's the same information and conversation.
So you're okay doing Teams then, or?
I'm okay doing teams, but I still prefer January, even if it is teams.
Okay.
I'm going to be on a cruise ship, so teaming in might be a little bit glitchy. I don't know.
January, I will talk to those dates in January. I'll bring them back to next council meeting if everybody's okay with that.
Everyone's good with January?
Let's do it.
Strategic planning, just because I'd already booked those dates and then I've got the NWTAC dates this past week. And I realized we were doubling down on that one. So I reached back around to the consultant and she could come February 7th and 8th, 9th, for the strategic planning. So I want to see everybody's availability for that. She's actually going to come earlier. It's Christina Benton. She did the boot camp, Mayors and Chiefs boot camp at the last NWTAC, and she did a presentation at the actual NWTAC. So I've actually asked her if she could come a day early and do a Teams with the staff as well. So just sort of to download what they're seeing as their priorities, because this is strategic planning. I thought it'd be really good to sort of have that staffing, so she has that information to bring to the council meeting. or to the council building. So is everybody available and good with, February 7th and 8th, and even maybe part of the day on the 9th? What she has done in the past, she has suggested is an evening on the 7th and then 2 full days on the weekend. So you sort of have that introductory, a little bit of governance training, team building on the Friday evening, and then 2 full days of strategic planning.
I would prefer the evening start just because of work. I'm running out of special leave.
Yeah.
So February 7th evening and then full days 8th and 9th, the Saturday and Sunday?
If that's
Sounds good.
possible.
Counselor Bath?
I will be available for those things.
All.
My son is hockey.
Okay, would you be amenable then to having that pre-conversation with Christina?
Yes.
She could reach out, she does send out sheets ahead of time and have that dialogue, and I think by then you'll have a good idea of where we're going.
Absolutely.
And then she can engage with you and even bring stuff back to you and touch base with you before she finalizes everything. Is that good?
Good.
Okay, everybody else is good with those dates? Okay,
Mhm.
so I'll recap, new council training is this Friday, Saturday. Full days, we will be bringing
Full
in.
day starting when, just,
15th, 16th.
I'm starting tonight.
9,
9 a.m.
9/4.
Somewhere.
That's what I was missing.
and we will be bringing in lunch for
Yeah,
both days. And then legals responsibilities training, I will get back to you about a January date. Are we good with doing it pre a meeting as I suggested, so we don't have to have a separate meeting and just have a dinner meeting? Does that work?
Sure. Yeah.
Good, okay. Strategic planning, evening of February 7th, all day 8th and the 9th.
Just a note for this Friday's training, I have responsibilities that I will not be able to attend until 1 p.m.
Good. We'll save all the fun stuff.
Okay, thank you for that.
And that training takes place here, right?
Yes. Just here, down here. Any other questions about the dates, upcoming dates? Thank you. We'll move on then. We have no counselors to excuse because we are all here and present. So the date of our next meeting is November 19th at 7 p.m. Adjourn the meeting.
I move that we adjourn the meeting at 12:54.
Okay, seconder? All in favor here. So, adjourn.